Hello everyone. In this video we will see how we can write the logic and the C program to print these two patterns. Okay, so let's see how we can write the C program or understand the logic for printing this first pattern, and then by some modification in this first pattern we can write the C program for the second pattern also. Okay, so let's understand this pattern first. So user will be giving the number of rows as the input, and then accordingly the pattern according to the number of rows will be printed. Okay, so the number of rows, if they are given as 4 by the user, okay, then 4 rows should be printed following this pattern. Okay, and same way, if 5 number of rows are given by the user, okay, that means 5 rows should be printed following this pattern. So let's understand what does this pattern mean, okay, or how this pattern looks like. So you can see there are 4 number of rows that has to be printed, okay, as told by the user. So this is row number 1, this is row number 2, then row number 3, and then this is row number 4. Okay, so 4 rows. Okay, now in the first row 1 is there. Okay, now in the second row there are 2 digits. Okay, 2 digits, or you can say 2 numbers. Okay, first is 1, and then the second number or the second digit is 2. Okay, then in the third row there are total 3 digits. Okay, that is 1, 2, and then 3. Then in the fourth row there are total 4 digits. Okay, and the starting is happening from 1. Okay, then 1, then in continuation 2, 3, and 4. Okay, accordingly, if there are 5 number of rows that has to be printed, then there will be 5 rows, and again in the first row 1. Okay, then in the second row there will be 2 digits. Okay, starting from 1, then 2. Then again in the third row there should be 3 digits. Okay, starting from 1, and then in the continuation all the digits should be printed. Okay, then in the fourth row 4 digits should be there, and starting should be done from 1. Okay, then in the continuation then 2, then 3, then 4. So after 4 digits are printed in the fourth row, then we will move to the next row, and in the fifth row 5 digits in total should be printed, and the starting of this row is happening from 1. Okay, 1, then continuation 2, then 3, then 4, and then 5. After 5 is done, okay, we'll stop because total 5 number of rows should be printed, so we will not go for the sixth row. Okay, so I hope you have understood how this pattern looks like. Okay, so in each row, okay, the number of digits should be equal to the number of rows. Okay, if we are in the third row, then 3 digits should be printed, or 3 numbers should be printed. Okay, and the starting will be happening from 1 only. Okay, always the starting of the row, okay, always the first digits in the a particular row should be starting from 1 only. Okay, and then in the continuation all the digits should be printed. So in the previous video we have already seen the C programs and the logic to print these star patterns. Okay, so if you have not watched the videos, I highly recommend that you should watch these videos. It will make your base to understand how we can print the various patterns, and this pattern that we are going to see in this video, it will be very easy to print. Okay, if you understand all these patterns. Okay, so if you have not watched, please do watch them, and you can find the link of all these videos in the practice programming C language playlist. Okay, you can find the link in the video description below, or here in the card also. Okay, so let's see how we can develop the logic to print this pattern. Okay, and we'll see that the code that we have understood for printing this pattern, it will be very helpful to understand the logic for this pattern. Okay, so let's see. So our current pattern, okay, it looks similar to this pattern basically. Okay, so if you see this star pattern that we have seen in our previous video, okay, it seems to be like a triangle pattern. Okay, somebody can say this is a triangle pattern. Okay, like in the first row again 1 star, in the second row 2 star, third row 3 star, and fourth row 4 stars. Okay, now in this pattern, what is the difference? The difference is like rows are like same. Okay, if we have been given rows as 4 that has to be printed, okay, then 4 rows should be printed, and here instead of the star we are printing the digits or the numbers. Okay, so in the first row again total 1 digit should be there, here 1 star was there. Okay, in the second row there are digits that we are printing which are starting from 1. Okay, then 2, here the instead of digits we were printing the star. Okay, so here both the you can say both the things or both the characters, they are same, star star, but here both the things are different. Okay, they are digits and they are different, like here it is 1 and then here it is 2. Okay, then here in the third row, if you see here, we are printing 3 star. Here also we are printing 3 characters, you can say 3 digits or 3 characters, but all are different. Okay, and the digits started from 1. Okay, then 2, then 3. Okay, so in each row, okay, the number of things that we have to print, they are same. Okay, equal to the number of rows. Here also equal to the number of rows, we are printing the that number of stars. Okay, but here we are printing the star, here we are printing the digits. Okay, now how we can print the digits basically in each row. Okay, so we have seen in this pattern, this was the code, right? Okay, so to iterate for the number of rows, we have this loop. Okay, so this outer for loop, it was taking care of the iterating the number of rows or counting the number of rows, that is what is the current row number. Okay, so this was saying I equal to 1 to I less than equal to row. If row is given by the user as 4 as the input, okay, then this outer for loop will run how many times? Row times, that is 4 times, right? I equal to 1, okay, then I equal to 2, I equal to 3, and I equal to 4. Okay, so this is like I equal to 1, okay, I equal to 2, I equal to 3, and I equal to 4th row. Okay, then in each ith row, okay, some task we have to do. So in each row we have to print stars, right? So here this inner for loop, okay, this inner for loop, it was helping us to print the stars in each row, right? So for I equal to 1, when we were there, for I equal to 1, then this inner for loop, which is printing the stars in each row, okay, it should run, right? So in the first row, how many times we have to print the star? 1 times. So for I equal to 1, I equal to 1, okay, I equal to 1, this loop should run how many times? 1 time only. J equal to 1, j less than equal to, see here, I is like controlling this for loop, this inner for loop. Okay, so if I equal to 1, then this I will be coming here and it will be running from 1 time. Okay, j equal to 1 to j less than equal to 1, right? 1 time, so 1 star was printed, right? So we can see that when we were for I equal to 1, then this inner for loop was saying, okay, I will start from 1, okay, and how many times I will run? J less than equal to 1, like 1 time only. Okay, so j value will be equal to j equal to 1 star will be printed, then j value will be like 2, but this loop will not run because 2 less than equal to 1 is false. Okay, so for 2 my loop will not run. All right, okay, then we were changing the line, and we were coming here, right? Now after changing the line, when we were coming in the second row, okay, then we came here and I happens to be 2. Okay, I got 2. Now 2 is less than this row number, yes, 2 is less than 4, so we were coming here, and now with I equal to 2, 2 will be placed here, and this for loop, how many times it will run? J equal to 1 to j less than equal to 2, that means it will run 2 times. Okay, and first it will be like j equal to 1, and then 1 star will be printed. So j equal to 1 means that we are printing this star, right? For j equal to 1, we were printing this star, right? Then j plus plus, that means j will be 2, and 2 less than equal to 2, it is true, so we will come inside, that means we will print this star. So for j equal to 2, we are printing this star. Okay, and we have seen that we can see that this is the like column number 1, okay, then next is column number 2, right? So this is like for j equal to 1, this column is tracked, j equal to 2, this column is tracked. So for j equal to 2, this star was printed, right? Okay, so if you just understand what is happening, see, if I run it for next iteration, I plus plus, right? Before that I change the line, and then I plus plus, that means I am coming to the next row, third row. Okay, this third row, and now I'm saying 3 is less than 4, yes, okay, and now I want to print these stars. So again, for I equal to 3, I will come inside, and now 3 will be placed here, and j less than equal to 3. So j is starting again from 1. See, it is hard coded. J is starting from 1, and how many times it is running? It is controlled by this I variable. That means this outer for loop is controlling the inner for loop, right? So this outer for loop, that means I equal to 3, is controlling that how many times things should be printed in my row. Okay, so j equal to 1 will happen, then j equal to 2 will happen, then j equal to 3 will happen, or and accordingly this star will be printed. For j equal to 1, this star will be printed, then j equal to 2, this star will be printed, and for j equal to 3, this star will be printed, right? j equal to 1, j equal to 2, and j equal to 3, right? So accordingly fourth row will be printed. So that means what is happening? See, we are getting the values of j in each row, right? Here also we were getting the j equal to 1, j equal to 2. Here also we are getting j equal to 1, 2, 3. Here we will get j equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, right? In the inner for loop. So I think now you are getting the idea that how we can print these digits. Here we are getting like j equal to 1. Let's say we are in the third row. Here j equal to 1 was coming. J equal to 1 was coming. But instead of printing anything, we are just printing the star, right? Now if you see for this program, okay, we have to iterate to the each row, okay, that is for sure, right? So this outer for loop will be same if the row given by the user is 4, that is he want to print 4 rows, okay? So this is like I equal to 1, I equal to 2, 3, 4, okay? Now for each row, what I have to do? Now I have to do a different type of task. Instead of printing the star, I have to print the digits. So when I will come here inside, okay, now here instead of printing the star, I have to print digits. And how I can print the digits? See, if I write printf, pfn printf, okay, we are just taking this. Now instead of like star, we are printing digits. I cannot say here I have to print like 1, okay, or I can say I have to print 2, okay, because if I hard code anything, it will be like same for every run. If I just say 2, okay, then what will happen? Then in each row 2 will be printed only, right? Like here we have set printer star, so in each row star will be printed. But if I set let's say 2, then what will happen? In the first row for I equal to 1, I will come here and one time this loop will run and this 2 will be printed in the first row. Then for I equal to 2, I will come here and j equal to 1, j less than equal to 2. 2 times this loop will run, but what will be printed? This 2 will be printed 2 times. Then for I equal to 3, this 3 times this loop will run and 2 to 2 will be printed 2, 2, 2, 2. But we do not want this thing, so we can't hard code any digit here. We have to write some general thing here so that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 should be printed. So as we have seen here, when we were printing these stars, we were getting j equal to 1, j equal to 2, right? Now same for I equal to 3. When we want to print these 3 stars, we were getting j equal to 1, j equal to 2, j equal to 3, okay, but we were not printing those j values. Now if I print value of j here, right? So printf percentile d, okay, and then j. So what does this line mean? This line means that I am printing the value of j, right? Basically this is the program for this, and let's see how we can like how we are getting this pattern. So basically for I equal to 1, okay, first time we are here. Now for I equal to 1, this loop will run how many times? 1 time only, right? And what we are printing? The value of j, right? Value of j. So here j equal to 1, so we are saying j equal to 1 should be printed. So 1 is printed, right? Right. Then now next time I value will be 2, so I value will be 2, okay. So here j was 1. Now for next row I equal to 2, okay, we have to print 1 and 2, okay. So we will come here and now j less than equal to 2. This 2 times this loop will run, and in every run we are printing the value of j. So for the first time j equal to 1, j equal to 1, and we are here. So we want to print 1. So j has the value of 1, we will print j and 1 will be printed. 1 is printed. Next time j will be incremented and j will be 2. So j is incremented, j value is 2. And we are coming here and we are saying print this new value of j, that is 2. So 2 will be printed. right? So the value of j was changing. Now we are using that value of j so that we can get this 1 and 2. Now next time after changing the line, we will come here and I equal to 3. Now the third row, we want to print 1, 2, 3. We will come here and now j less than equal to 3, right? Now here you can see I am hard coding that I want to start each row from 1. I want to start each row from 1. So from j equal to 1 to j less than equal to 3, that means j equal to 1, j equal to 2, j equal to 3, all these three values will be generated here, and accordingly I am printing the value of j. So j equal to 1, j equal to 2, j equal to 3 will be printed, right? Okay. Same way for I equal to 4, I will come here, then 4, and starting from 1, I am hard coding that I want to start this row also from 1. So from 1 to 4, 4 times this loop will run. So here it will be j equal to 1, here it will be j equal to 2, then j equal to 3, and here it j equal to 4. So value of j is getting printed, right? So the idea was just use the value of j. So let's run this program in the VS Code. So here is our program. So I am asking the row, number of rows that has to be printed, okay, from the user, and then this is our program, okay. So let's run this program. So if I give the number of rows as 4, okay, so here you can see our pattern is printed, okay, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. And let's say if I give number of rows as 5, then 5 rows are printed, okay. Now if you want, let's say that there should be spaces between the digits, okay, like here in the second row 1 and 2, they are like looking as it is 12, here it is looking like it is 123, something like that, right? And you want that spaces should be there between 1, 2 and 3, okay. So what you can do, after each percentile you can just put this space, right? So if you compile this again and you run the program, so now if I give, let's say, number of rows is 5, so you can see now spaces are there, now they are looking neat and clean, okay. So if you give, let's say, number of rows as 10, okay, then you can see, okay, your 10 rows are printed following the pattern, okay. If you do not give these spaces, then this 9 and 10, okay, it will be like not separated and it will not look clean, okay. So you can put this space, okay. Now before ending the video, can you tell me that we have understood this program, okay, or this pattern? Can you write the program for this pattern? Okay, so it is very easy. See here in each row we are printing the digits starting from 1 only, right? 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. Here again number of rows should be same, okay. Here also 4 rows, okay, 4 rows, okay. But here in the first row 1 is there, in the second row 2 things are there, 2 digits are there, but they are not in the serial order, they are in the reverse order. Basically they are in the serial order but reverse order, 2 1, right? Here 3 digits are there, okay. Here 3 digits are there in the third row, but starting is done from 1 1 2 3. Here starting is done from the reverse side, that is first 3 then 2 then 1. Here 4 digits are there in the fourth row, here also 4 digits are there in the fourth row. The starting is done from 1, then we are incrementing. Here we are starting from the 4, okay, that is the, like, this is fourth row, so starting is done from 4, then we are decrementing 3 2 and 1, okay. So in each row we are like starting from the row number. This is the third row, we are starting from the row number, and then we are decrementing until how like how many times we have to decrement, or what is the limit where we have to stop. We have to stop at 1 in each row. Here also second row start from the 2 only, okay, that is row number only, and then you just keep on decrementing, and when you stop or when you reach at 1, then stop, okay. So I think you can make the program. Only the inner for loop needs to be changed. It should be printed, or it should be run in the reverse order, and the starting should be done from the I, okay. So in the inner for loop we have to print the value of j, but the starting of this j variable should not be done from 1, okay. We have to start from where? In each row we have to start from the row number. Basically the first digit should be equal to the row number, third row starting from the 3, fourth row starting from the 4. So j equal to whatever value of row is coming, start from that I only. Okay, if I am in the ith row, if I is equal to 4, then start j equal to 4, and then we have to decrement. So this for loop is going in the reverse direction, and limit is 1. So 4 3 2 1, right? For I equal to 4, this will run for I equal to j equal to 4, then j equal to 3 2 1, and accordingly things will be printed. I hope you have understood. Okay, and you can run this program in the in your favorite editor. Okay, so idea is very simple. You have to keep track the value of the I and j, and then you have to manipulate, and you have to see that how you can utilize those values to print your desired pattern. Okay, so in the next video we will see this pattern. Hope you have liked the video. If you have any question, comment, suggestion, please write down to the comment box. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.